by the name of Horns on his game. I can't remember his Smogon username. I will find it later and put it up in the title. So sorry about that, but yeah, I have an awful memory. Um, there is one thing I want to talk about, which I will talk about later. Um, but before that, I want to well get the narration done with and also explain how I make my teams. What I do with most of my teams is I pick a Pokemon. In my NU team's case, it was Mantine. In this case, it is Venomoth. Um, I pick a Pokemon that I like and I build the team like around that entirely. And sometimes it works really well, and sometimes it really doesn't. Um, and yeah, basically, this is one of those times where it works really well, and I get really pleased with how my team does because it supports everything quite well. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get on with the battle. So I'm challenged by Horns, as I said, that's his name on his game. I know that is the second half of his Smog name. I just can't remember the first half. Here I predict him to lead with either Mian Shao, which he does, or Roserade to get up hazards. And I send out Chandelure because unless the Mian Shao is scarfed, Chandelure it doesn't threaten Chandelure at all. So yeah, and he sends out his Rotom Heat as I just fire blast and miss because yeah. So that's a great start for me. Not that it would have done much damage anyway, but never mind. I just send out Dark S, my Umbreon, to take the obvious Volt Switch because, I mean, what else would you do at the start of the game? You're not going to be predicting any switches other than to just Volt Switch because I don't have a ground type or anything with Lightning Rod or anything like that. And he goes back into his Mian Shao. Um, yeah, here I predict him to either go for the high jump kick or U-turn. So I go for protect just to see what he wants to do. And he does go for the U-turn, which is fine because then I just switch out into Chandelier because he's either going to U-turn or high jump kick. Um, and Chandelier 4 times resists bug, so it's going to take the U-turn fine. And high jump kick would just go straight through it, so that's fine too. Sorry, I have a bit of a cold. That's why I'm a bit sniffy and stuff. So yeah, I go into Chandelier. He goes my Soulfire Chandelier. I love that name. Um, yeah, I quite like some of my nicknames. They're not very funny, but I just like them. And he uses U-turn and goes into Rhyperior. This was a bit of a questionable play because all Chandelures that I know of, except maybe Calm Mind, run Energy Ball. So I was like, do you have some weird EVs that you can take that? So I just play it safe and I go into Kabutops, which has max HP, max defense. Not that it's a very good defensive wall, but it's just there. It rapid spins and does that kind of stuff. I know that it's not going to be very useful because his main hazard layer is Roserade with spikes or toxic spikes. And Kabutops can definitely not come in on a Roserade and rapid spin. So I just go for the Stealth Rocks because he doesn't have a spinner. And I thought I wouldn't outspeed for a start, and I thought that Earthquake might not kill me. Um, but I do outspeed, which tells me he has no speed investment, and because Kabutops doesn't have it either, and he does KO with Earthquake, so I guess he's probably adamant because I honestly wasn't expecting it to KO. I was expecting to live with a couple of HP. So I send out Venomoth, and I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder because that Rhyperior is a huge threat to my team, seeing as 4 of my 6 Pokemon are weak to its stabs. But yeah, he predicts the Sleep Powder very nicely and goes into Cofagrigus, um, which has Rest and Sleep Talk, so obviously that's a very good move on his part. Now, because it's asleep, and because I know that Shadow Ball isn't going to do very much and Calm Mind doesn't scare me, I'm just going to go for the Quiver Dance and try and set up. And two things happen. One, he sleep talks twice and gets rest both times. And two, he gets the 3 turn sleep, which is unfortunate for him. But I did calc everything, and the only way that Bug Buzz wasn't going to 2-hit KO because of Tinted Lens is if he got exactly the same amount of Calm Minds as I got Quiver Dances. So if I go to 2 Quiver Dances, if he had 2 Calm Minds, then it would have been a 3-hit KO. Um, if he got 1 Calm Mind and then Calm Minded the turn after the first Bug Buzz, then it would have still been a 2-hit KO. Um, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of unfortunate for him because I don't know. Really, what I would have done this is just me, is I would have, well, honestly, I would have probably sent in Rhyperior immediately after the sleep powder. But then this Venomoth would have one hit KO'd unless he has the weird special defense CVs, which I mentioned he might have had with this confusing switch into Chandler. Um, or I would have gone into Roserade, which is probably a special wall, looking at his team. And I would have used sleep powder to stop the sweep and then sent in Rhyperior. Because Roserade definitely could have taken a +1 bug buzz. But yeah, it's his choice, and it really costs him because after I kill off Cophagragus, he goes into the end shell, which fake outs, does barely anything, even with Life Orb, and well, not barely anything. It does a sizable chunk considering it's fake out, and then I just kill him off with a Bug Buzz because of Tinted Lens, basically. And I might have had Psychic, but it doesn't give you that much coverage that Giga Drain doesn't, which is the other thing that I have. Even though it does have more power, Giga Drain lets you last longer, especially if there's hazards up. So yeah, his Rotom Heat comes in, which I think was probably scarfed because I have +2 on speed and special attack. I am going to one hit KO it and as well as outspeed, um, which is a shame for him. But yeah, I don't know. It really doesn't go very well for him after this point, basically, because I one hit KO everything except the Roserade, um, which which I was kind of surprised with actually because Roserade is a beast. I didn't realize what a good special wall it is. It's a really good special wall, and I suddenly understand why so many people use it in UU. UU not being something I play very much. Oh yeah, and I get a crit there, and that crit didn't matter. I did unless he had those weird special defense EVs that I mentioned. He it didn't matter. He would not have survived even a +1 uh, Giga Drain. I did calc it later. And yeah, here's the Roserade. He goes for Sludge Bomb, I guess thinking it would probably be neutral, or maybe thinking that Venomoth is Bug Flying. Although I guess Giga Drain would have been 4 times resisted anyway. But yeah, he goes for Sludge Bomb. It does barely anything, and then I kill it off. And after that, he goes into Empoleon and then just runs because that's his last Pokemon. So yeah, that was a good game in some senses, I guess. It was really really one-sided. Again, I'm sorry, I didn't have very much time to get a game, and it's really difficult to get good games on the Wi-Fi at Battle Finder because people just leave. Some people they just I had a couple of people that I played in OU and they just swept through my team. And then I had a couple of people who admitted to me that it was their first ever Wi-Fi battle. Um, so yeah, I didn't do very well with that, uh, which was a shame. Um, because I really wanted to get a good battle for you guys and stuff. Now, on to what I wanted to talk about at the start of the video that I mentioned. Basically, in my first video, you can go and watch that if you like. I'll put a link somewhere in an annotation. In my first video, I mentioned that my old I used to have a YouTube channel, as I said, and on that channel, I would upload using my normal internet, and I would get weird graphical glitches, which were really annoying and really removed a lot of quality from the video, and it kind of sucked. And I uploaded my first video on the internet, and then I re-uploaded it on my dad's internet, which is what I'm going to be using to upload this one. And I still got the graphical glitches, but using my dad's internet, it was fine. Now the problem with that is that means that if I want to get any sort of like quality out of my videos at all, then it's going to have to be uploaded on my dad's internet every single time, which means that I'm only going to be able to upload 3 days out of 2 weeks at best, um, which which does suck. But on the other hand, it does mean that I have plenty of time to get content um, and good content and be able to get it up for you guys and narrate it really well and everything like that, which is it's the silver lining, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, that's all that I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed the battle. Thank you very much for watching. Please give me a like if you liked, dislike if you didn't. It gives me some feedback. Comment and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys, and see you later.